Talk Season 2. So
Deuce,
excited. So excited to be here. Y'all, okay, first of all, I want to start off by saying Happy New Year to everyone. Merry Christmas and all that good stuff. And I want to apologize because I know we were supposed to start on Sunday, last week. And then we were supposed to start on Thursday of last week. And we're here today. Okay, that's all that matters is we here today.
Delayed gratification. Listen, better late than never.
It has been a lot going on. When I say a lot's going on.
Yes.
Listen, I've been sick all week. I ain't even gonna lie. Today is the first day that I'm feeling like Brie. And I appreciate I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, thank God I ain't gotta sit through pain on the camera because no matter what, we was gonna do the show tonight, sick and all. So I'm so glad to be back to Bree and here for you guys.
Yes. And Bree had me scared. She had me worried. I was looking at her. She was shaking and everything. I was sick too earlier this week. I lost my voice. I think that was the biggest thing for me. Like, I couldn't swallow and I lost my voice. And I like to eat, so I couldn't eat. So that was the biggest issue right then and right there. I was like, I'm starving. And then I like to talk too. So like my favorite two things in the world I couldn't do for a couple days. But mine was not as intense as Bree. So I'm so happy to be back. Season 2, Girl Talk. Let's talk with you guys. And we missed y'all so much. And we love y'all so much. We heard, like Bree said, had a good Christmas and New Year's. And we're back and better.
Speaking of eating, y'all, she said she didn't eat in how long?
It was like 2 days. I couldn't
listen, y'all. I was over here going crazy. Last time I had a real meal was Friday night. Friday night was the last time I had a real meal. I tried to eat today. I did try to eat some solid food today. And this morning I had a breakfast biscuit. I don't know why it was the first solid food that I chose to eat, but thankfully it worked. It worked. But yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all, when I say I ain't had no real food, I've been drinking smoothies. Smoothies is all I've been drinking for the last week. So after this podcast, I'm going to get me some Chipotle, okay?
You're gonna be back where you at. You love some Chipotle.
I love me some Chipotle. I'm going to get me some Chipotle after this podcast.
Yeah, I remember you really couldn't eat. I was like, Bree, please eat. And she's like, I can't. And I was like, please try. See, I can still eat. It was hard to swallow, so I didn't want to eat. So that was the thing. Like, I was like, I don't want this burger, but I couldn't swallow. Like, it just hurt to swallow. So
there's a nasty stomach bug going around. I don't know what she had. I don't even want what she had.
I had something completely different. Yeah, and it's crazy because like people were like, "Did y'all get sick?" I was like, "No, we were different." I get strep every year, and I think I was working so much and my body was tired. My strep ended up turning into an upper respiratory infection. So luckily, by the strength of my mama, she got me, right. And I was good in like 2 days. I was completely whole in 3, but it didn't take me too long. I wasn't down as long as you was.
Because I didn't have strep. I wish I would have had strep because I know that's the easy fix. I had a stomach virus and they tried to take me out of here. They tried to take me out of the game, but you can't hold a good woman down for too long. So,
period.
All right, y'all. So we didn't do much promoting this week, and I do apologize, but we're gonna be better next week. Like I said, I've been sick all week, so it's just been a lot going on. But this week we wanted to start off our very first episode doing kind of like a vision board, but it's not. It's a prayer board. It's a cute little idea that I seen on TikTok that I thought would be good, So we just picked little different categories that we're praying for, and things that we're wanting to manifest in this year in those categories. And you write the vision and make it plain. And so that's what we done. That's what we're doing today. We're sharing our prayer boards with you guys, and I feel like this is an awesome, awesome activity for you guys to do at home with family or friends, or even by yourself. It's always, I like to see, my goals. I like to see my plans written out. So to have them written, and especially like when you have them written down, it makes the vision clear, because you can always say something in your head like, oh, I want to do this, or I want to get fit, or I want to lose more weight, or I want to be more dedicated to this or that or the other. But when you don't write it down, it's just something in your head and never
manifests into life. Definitely.
Right. So, you write it down, you post it up on a board or a wall or somewhere that you can look at it every day, and you can be like, okay, hey, did I do this? Was I able to complete this goal, or did I mark this off my list? Or, and then if you didn't, it's okay. You got time. You could just revisit it. And if you did, replace it with something else. So that's what we're going to be doing today. You want to start us off?
Yeah, so we can start off. We got a series of different subjects and different things. So we're going to start a little slow and then go into the hard things. So I'll start with my biggest issue, or my biggest manifestation is going to be attitude. So my attitude. So for me, one of the Bible verses that I quoted was Romans 15:5. And it was just, may the God who gives endurance and encouragement give you the same attitude of mind towards each other that Christ Jesus had. And I think for me is, none of us are going to be Christ and Jesus, but you want to be like, or, like Christ in his image. And Brie gonna have to help me with the Bible verses. I'm a little bit better than I was last season, y'all, but I'm not all the way there. And I think right now the biggest thing with that is just understanding that your attitude is can change everything. Your outcome of any situation and how you deal with things. And it could be a bad situation, and depending on your attitude, it could be positive, vice versa. And I think with me, my biggest thing with my attitude is I want to be like Christ, in a sense of understanding, having endurance, and not letting my attitude change by the littlest things. And I think that's my biggest thing. So for me, I want to let things go. I want positivity. I want honesty. And the biggest thing with my attitude is I want to check myself. I feel like I'm never the problem. It's always them. Mm-hmm. And that's not true. And so I think with my attitude, I am the baby of the family and I act like it, but that sometimes gets me in situations to where my poor attitude can result into negative outcomes. And positive attitudes really can change the situation. So, and being able to check myself of my attitudes and how I'm feeling and where I'm at.
Okay. Spice Lady says, yes, we are to grow like Christ more and more each day.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. That's the goal. If we're not, then we're not doing something right. I'll go with attitude too. Bounce off of each other. I forgot to do my Bible verse on the back of here, so we're just gonna go off of hers.
Not all mine's got Bible verses, so we're good.
This is one of the ones I forgot. But I put on here, my prayer for this year is that my attitude is a lot less temperamental and a lot more understanding. I said, I pray that I learn how to control my emotions in a way that are healthy and effective, and I'm not easily angered. So here's something about me that you guys may not know. I have a really bad attitude sometimes, and it's not towards people, but I get easily angered sometimes, most of the times, majority of the time.
8 times out of 10.
It is something that I'm working on, and I've notified that like trait in myself, so I'm working on it. I'm not gonna lie, I've always had a attitude problem ever since I was young. It's just gotten a lot better, you know.
Yeah.
But I can see, y'all. I threw my mouse. Like I just, I just got a new mouse today for work. So like I got so upset at work, and I threw my mouse. And this was like, I think this was right out of training, so it had to be like at the end of October, the beginning of November. I got mad. I threw my mouse, and it's been broke ever since I threw it. And so today, I just got a new mouse in the mail, and like when I was opening it, like I was also working on my attitude card, and I was like, yeah, this is one of the things I want to actually work on this year. Like, not letting people get me to that point. Like, I don't understand why I'm so emotional sometimes, but it's just like my way of handling like all the emotions that balls up at one time is by breaking stuff. Like, that's my way of handling it. So I break things, not intentionally all the time. Sometimes it's an accident because I just like be like, oh my gosh, and throw it and it breaks. But sometimes I just
Not, oh my God, you throw it in the breaks. Maybe like if you like trying to open something and you break it, but not.
no, I throw things. I throw things. That's my way of getting my anger out. Is I throw things like. And I've realized that about myself. Like a lot of, I don't let people see that side of me, but when I'm here by myself, I get angry. I do throw things. So this year I'm gonna work on being better with my attitude, you know.
I like that.
I'll get angry and I'll like not talk to people. Like somebody may say something to me that I don't like, and instead of me like talking out my emotions, I'll get angry and I'll just like block you and not talk to you for a couple days. And then when I feel like I'm good or I've processed it in my head, then I'll go back to talking to you. Like that's
It is. Have you heard of those like smash rooms? We have one in Greenville.
I've heard of them.
We need to go. That might be like a little girl let's talk like outing.
Yeah,
that might get your anger. Like I think that might be like a monthly thing you might need to do. So like
maybe
just to get it all out.
Maybe so. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to look it up. I'll send you the details on that one.
But yeah, so yeah, that's something that y'all didn't know about me that now y'all know. Like
Yeah.
I have a positive attitude. It's just when those emotions get riled up, I haven't found the healthy way of releasing my emotions. That's what that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, I think everybody has those negative or like we got one, like guilty pleasures and stuff like that. For me, like is a little bit not as healthy as far as like maybe drinking is like my source. And I don't drink in access. I drink in access. I don't drink where it's a need. It's just like, I don't have nowhere else to do to get it out. So let me like pour myself a drink. So, and that's my like thing that I need to fix. And so everybody has those.
Yeah.
So I'll let you pick the next card.
Okay, so we did attitude. Attitude is on the board. Check that attitude. I need to find some affirmations every day so that I check my attitude every morning. Midday through the day, check my attitude. Halfway, like closer towards the night, check my attitude. Like I'm really like the next podcast. I'm gonna tell y'all how I do with my attitude because that is something major that I want to work on. Yeah. I don't know if y'all can see this because it's so tiny, but it says
relationship with God. Excuse my handwriting is horrible. Bree's is a lot better. I mean, that's right. Is a lot better, but it's okay.
So this one says relationship with God. So I'll start off with the Bible verse that I use, and it says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength, and with all your mind. And love your neighbors as yourself. That's Luke 10:27. My prayer for this year is that my relationship with God grows stronger and stronger. And as my relationship grows stronger, I also pray that the light inside of me shines brighter and that I'm able to share his word even more with lost souls. That is my prayer for this year. And that's a big one for me as well.
I like that. I definitely like that one. For me, I put more. Literally, I just put more. I think my biggest thing is I want a better relationship with God in the sense of I am one of those generic people where when it's good, God, and I want to say God who because I know God, but it's just like he's a long distance cousin, second removed. But when it's bad and life is hitting you, then it's like, oh, I need you, and God is my best friend, and this and that. And I want to keep the consistency. So I think my prayer is just more. I want to pray during the good times and pray during the bad times. I feel like when it comes to God, I'm one of those. I'm still childlike in a sense with mentally, and I can admit that to where, you only call your mom, you might have that dad where he's like, you only call me when you need money, or you only call me when you want tickets or you want me to buy you something. And that's kind of me when I'm going through things, or if I'm struggling or I can't figure out my next move, that's when I want to really call on God and pray to him. And then when I'm good, it's like, okay, bye. It's one of those. So I think that's my biggest thing with God is being able to just want more and call on him through the good and the bad.
And I appreciate the fact that you acknowledge that because a lot of people won't even acknowledge the fact that, they only call on him when times are hard. But the thing about it is God isn't an ATM, He's not an ATM. You don't just call on him when you
need something. Yeah. Take a withdrawal.
Right. Like he's literally your everything. So like, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't even be alive today. Because like the alarm clock didn't wake us up this morning. It may have assisted with getting us up and out of the bed. Sure. However, the reason why we're alive and well is because God was like, okay, let you be able to see another day. And I think you're not the only person who's like that. Like when times are good, like people don't think about God, but when times get hard, I'm like, oh, let me call on him, let me pray, because prayer changes things. But prayer can also change a good situation to a greater situation as well. That's true. So just because everything is going good or copacetic in your life doesn't mean that you don't need him, because you need him at all times. Because without him, we are nothing.
So that's my goal, is during the good times to just be appreciative and remain there and love him no matter what it is. Spice Lady said he wants a real relationship with you and us. That's true. And I like that. And I think that's Absolutely. The difference. That's why I say I just want more. Like I want the realness, not just a right now it's a one-sided relationship. And it's like I wouldn't want that type of friend to only want to call me or hit me up when they need something, or when they're negative. So why am I doing that to him? So yeah.
Yeah, like absolutely.
Let's go to I want to go to family, because if y'all know me, family is so near and dear. That's literally number one to me and to my heart. I'm big on family. So I put I don't think I'm saying this Colossums. That's it. Yeah, Colossums.
Oh, I can't read your hand right.
Yeah. That 3 and 13. I think that's the tech code.
Can I pull it up in my Bible?
Yeah, pull it up. We got to pull it up. Y'all, my handwriting is really bad. I don't know. I'm gonna download the Bible app, y'all. It's free. Why don't I have it? I need to have it at this point. So while she's pulling up, I'll go. It says, forgive as the Lord forgave you. And anybody that knows my family knows that is something that is difficult. What is that? 3 and 13. How do you say it? Colossians?
Oh,
I don't know. We're just gonna keep going. I don't know. We're gonna keep going. Kind of say you on Google, y'all. But forgiveness, the Lord forgave you. I think with me, it's just family is family for me, and I think um I love my family and we love each other. And my prayer is for us to fully forgive each other. Not just my family, but any family out there. I think a lot of times we go through things with people and our families and situations, and we don't really have those conversations, or we don't actually have closure. We just chalk it up to, oh, that's my sister. Yeah, she did this to me, but I don't want to have those hard conversations, and let's just let it go. But it manifests and it festers. And I love my family. We have great times. We literally do like a family thing with all of us, at least try to do once a week. But I do see certain things where we'll have a great time, and it's not arguments. It might be little comments or certain that festers and manifests in certain people and situations. So I just want for us, my prayer is for us to truly forgive each other and talk about the harsh realities that we need to talk about, and have that transparency, and continue to just be together and love each other.
I absolutely love that, and I agree with that. Um, I didn't do a Bible verse for family either.
I
Sorry,
think I only
y'all.
got 2 Bible verses left, so you get the rest of
Okay, I'm
them.
sorry. Um, my family, I did pull up that verse, but it was another verse I wanted to use. I was trying to find it while you was talking, but I did. By the way, your nails are cute. I love
Oh,
them.
thank you.
For my family, I said this year for my family, my prayer is for us to be more like family. Do more family activities and family events. Life is short, and no matter how difficult family can be, we are still family. For me, I absolutely love my family. I feel like you only get one, with everything that comes along with it. We're not perfect, nowhere near perfect. But I also know that, like I said, life is short. Like a lot of family members aren't here today. We just my grandmother's year just passed this week, like on Monday of her passing,
Oh,
like
yeah,
her
I
death
remember.
anniversary was Monday. And so, that was a little hard for me, and I took it a little hard all weekend because it was just like, dang, like you never realize like how short life is. Like, and you always, like, I don't know, for me, I've always put off things. I'm like, oh, I can do that next time. I can do that next time. Or I can make it to the next family event or the next holiday. But how do we know the next holiday is going to be a next holiday?
It's true.
Like, one thing that I struggle with a lot is I talked to my grandmother right before she got to the state where she didn't realize that I was there. And she talked to me on the phone, and she's like, I want to see you. And she always called me her pretty girl. She's like, my pretty girl, I love you. And she knew exactly who I was, which is something like she struggled with because she had dementia. So she knew who I was when she talked to me on the phone, which was a big thing to me. And I told her that I was coming to see her that weekend, and I ended up not going because I picked up an extra shift at work. And when I did get to see her, it was already to the point where she didn't realize that I was there. So that was something that weighs really heavy on me when that's why like this past weekend was really hard, and like Monday was really hard because it's like I didn't live up to. I told her that I was gonna come. I didn't live up to what I said. I didn't keep my word. And because I didn't keep my word, I didn't get to share that moment with her where she knew that I was there with her.
Yeah.
So that's like really, really hard, like on me. And this is the first time I said this out loud too, so it's crazy. But it's really hard on me. And like it's what's even harder is like, I hate that when there's a death in the family or something, it draws families so much further apart. Like
That is true.
and I feel like we should be drawn more together And I hate that the wedges that it has drawn in between the family, because I love my family, and I just want, I like, in my head I like, I want all of my family to be together, like not just my family on my mom's side, but my family on my dad's side. You know, I want all of my family to be in one setting together. I want to be able to spend time with all of my family members together. I want everybody to have an amazing time, and nobody's bickering and arguing or anything like that. And we're just having a great
Good
time. And, you know, I don't know. I think I'm going to try to make that happen one day. But
You should.
that's definitely my goal. That's definitely my goal.
And that's a good goal to have. Like, my mom's house is the center of everything, and everybody has that like one place, and that's like everybody. She's like, y'all get on my nerves, but she loves it, and she's getting older and stuff like that. And I try to plan as many things. And if y'all know me, y'all know I love a flyer. I will make a flyer quick. And so like I'm like, okay, at mom's house, like make a flyer and stuff. But me and my sister was having a conversation because, you know, with us, the matriarchy after my mom would be my sister because she's the oldest girl. And she was just like, I think when we get to that point, which we don't obviously want to talk about anything, but not even just like our mom passing, but eventually we get to a point where she can't host everything and do everything at her house. She was like, I don't think it's going to be me. I think it's going to be you, because I'm talking about me. She was like, you know, you always try to get everything together. I think like that is, you love doing that. And for me, I think one of the things, and it can be, and it crosses over. I love my family, but I think that crosses into my insecurity about it is like I am the youngest, but like all my siblings have kids, and they have relationships. So it's like we do have our family, but they have their own family. So like if we were to all fall out today, my sister has her 2 kids, my brother has his 5 kids, my other brother has his kid. You know, like they would miss it, but they have their own family. So I think for me, and which it kind of goes into insecurity, but like I say, I'm young. Like y'all know, I'm not looking to have any kids no time soon, but it's kind of like that insecurity of me wanting to keep everybody so close, so bad. So definitely. Thank you, Spicy Lady. Amen. Yes, ma'am.
I was gonna say something. I forgot. I had something to say. You were saying something, and I had something to say, and it slipped my mind. So, yeah, is it my turn now?
Yes.
Okay.
I like your cup, by the way.
Thank you. You know what my cup says? It says, it makes such a difference, said Pooh, to have someone who believes in you.
Oh, that's cute. Is that 3D? Oh, yeah.
And it's like Winnie the Pooh is my favorite character.
Really?
Of all times. Like I love Winnie the Pooh. My friend Elise got me this 4 years ago now when I moved here. This was my gift from her when I moved here.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a favorite character. My sister loved Tweety Bird. Like she loved Tweety Bird. I was a Barney. I love Barney, but I don't think like as I grew up, I don't know.
My cousin, he had a Barney, and he like carried it everywhere with him up until like he shouldn't have been carrying it with Barney. He was like, okay. Then it went from Barney to Manatee. He had a Manatee. He carried that Manatee everywhere too. Like it was crazy. But my sisters that I grew up with, they are both Mickey Mouse fans.
Oh, okay.
Pooh, so
okay, the mouses and the Boos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, no, I think so. I'm gonna have to go like look at like some childhood pictures of myself.
I think this one has a verse on back. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna choose. Are you sure it's my turn? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna choose health. Okay. I'm gonna choose health. And the Bible verse that I have on the back of here for health says, I've seen his ways and I will heal him. I will lead him also and restore comfort into him and his mourners. I create the fruit of the lips, peace to him that is far off and to him that is near. said the Lord, and I will heal him. And that's Isaiah 57, 18, and 19. And our health, okay, so we had mental health and regular health. I grouped mine together, and I think she grouped hers together too. And it just says like my prayer for this year is that my health is better than it has ever been. Um, it is better than it has ever been. I'm speaking this into existence, and y'all who know me know. Jesus, I'm a walking testimony. But it says I'm coming up on a year since I've had my last seizure. And that is something to praise God about because I struggle with that a lot. Getting a little emotional. Anyways, I'm coming up on a year since I had my last seizure. And I pray for a year and many more to come. I also pray that my mental health stays in check and that I find healthy ways of controlling stress. This is my prayer for this year. Y'all, when I tell y'all, like, I have been through the ringers when it comes to my health overall. And I stay positive about everything because for one, I was brought up in a praying household, in a praying family. My mother is a praying mother, my grandmother was a praying mother, my aunts and uncles, we all are praying family, So I always know that, above anything, whatever happens, God is a healer and he can and will heal it all. So to say that I'm so close to a year since I had a seizure is like it brings tears to my eyes because I always struggle, and my prayer is always that if I can just go 1 year, I can go 2, and if I can go 2, I can go 3, and if I can go 3, I can go 4. So we gonna make it to this year, y'all. We gonna make it to this year, and this is I'm gonna stop talking before I start crying on camera.
No, that's amazing, and you definitely are a walking testimony for that. And you almost there. So how close are you?
My year is in May.
Okay, we about to get it. We making a year.
May 15th to be exact.
We're gonna be at that year soon because February is already like this. Like time is going by so quick, and you just gotta believe in it. So definitely, I'm excited for that. For me, I think for my health, I want to focus on a longer life. I think that was my biggest thing for physical health. Like I'm young, and I think I was talking to my trainer. I had seen him not too long ago, and I was so consistent with him. And I just dropped, and it's crazy because I was so consistent. It was good, and I loved it. And my birthday came, and I took a month off because I don't celebrate my birthday. I celebrate the whole month, of course. So I was like, I'm not about to go get. I got this 32-inch bust down blonde wig in my head. I'm not going to sweat that thing out. And he told me, he was like, Z, if you stop, you're not coming back. And I was like, yeah, I am. He's like, I'm telling you, not coming back. And I didn't come back. And but anyway, so that I think right now, like I'm getting to that age. I turned 26, like I'm relatively young, but at the same time, I do have to make a lot of life decisions. I see so many people around me that are in their 30s having kids, and they can't run with their kids. They can't enjoy life with their kids. They can't do all the things they want to do. And I'm coming on the fact that it's selfish of me to want to bring a child in this world if I have to limit them by limiting myself. And also like with my friends, like it's a lot of things that, my friends are very accommodating for me and they try to make sure, but I don't want to be a slow up or a hiccup or a reason why we can't do something. So I want a longer life. And in America, like we are not living how we used to. All this food, the steroids is horrible. So that's one of my physically, I just want to get myself back together in that sense. And then mentally, my mental health, me coming back down to Greenville, I've been back for a year and like 3-4 months now. And it's crazy because this week I talked to a friend. She calls me and she's like, when are we going back to Charlotte? And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, because we both moved back around the same time and it was supposed to be temporarily. And I told her, I miss Charlotte. Anybody, I tell that all the time. But my mental health, ever since I got back home, has improved so much. It kind of gets me to a point where it's like, okay, is it improved to where I can go back and I know I'm stronger? Or is it improved to where it's like, I'm so good right now, even if it's not like the big city, like I don't want to test it. I don't want to test it again.
Sometimes we make the mistake of going backwards when we're supposed to be going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just because you had a plan to go back doesn't mean it's healthy for you to go back.
It's true.
Sometimes when we walk away from things, we need to do that. Just walk away from them. We can't elevate in where we wanted to go and needed to be if we're looking or trying to focus on going back to where we were.
That's true. And I agree. And that's why I was like, I think I love it. And I needed the mental health because in Charlotte, I had friends, I had people, but I felt so alone and so isolated. And it's crazy. And I don't know, even down here, like with people I met, jobs, and I feel whole in a sense. I feel a lot more complete. So I think for right now, mental health is to continue to put myself in those positions and not let other people or outside factors. And when she was like, I totally understand if you don't go, but I think it's the pressure of trying to live up to what I said versus what I need to do.
And we always say stuff like, you don't be too hard on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You say stuff in the moment because in the moment, that's what you felt. Hey, I'm going to go home, get myself back together, and then I'm going to come back. But that may not be what's for you.
Yeah.
You can't force yourself into something that's not for you because you're going to go back down the same path. It's okay to say, yeah, I know we made these plans, but it's not going to work for me. You have to think about you.
Yeah, I agree.
At the end of the day, it's what's best for you, what works for you, and what's healthy for you. You can't live your life for nobody else.
Definitely. So that's my seal. Pastor Bird, we love it. From there, we can go on to speaking of friends. We'll go to the friends topic.
Oh, I do got something.
So there we go. For the friends topic, I put 2 quotes, and the first one is Felician. That's even worse. Okay, I'm just not going to say the Bible verse. I will let y'all know at the end. Encourage our fellows.
No, keep talking.
Okay. Encourage our others. Encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing. And then the second one is 1 Corinthians 15:33. Don't be misled. Bad company corrupts good character. And that one right there is one of the biggest things. Our parents teach us growing up a lot of times, they got bad company. They're not the greatest person around you. And we fall into, no, we'll figure it out. But I definitely can see those things. Don't be misled. Bad company corrupts good character, because it's easy when you might not think. I think with friendships and we're not being conscious, you might have someone that's not in a good spirit or a positive spirit, but you're not thinking in that moment, and you might be like, I'm not the one to gossip, but when I get around this person, I'm always gossiping. I'm not one to like be wild and do all this by getting around this person, and I'm doing it, and it's like you might think in a moment it's fun, but it's really it's eating at you and it's influencing who you might be. So you might not be around that person, a couple months later, and you find yourself doing those traits and showing those bad character flaws. Mm-hmm. So for me with friends, my biggest thing is I pray is honesty, growth, good times, opportunity, and deepness. My biggest thing for those that I want is deepness and growth with my friends. I feel like some of my friends I'm tired. I'm be honest, like I'm tired of talking just only about guys. I'm tired of talking about just going to the clubs, and I'm tired of just talking about things that aren't really deep, like clothes And you have those friends where it's surface level, but I'm starting to have friends in my life that I want to be able to actually grow with them, and I look at them as, I wanted you to be my sister, and I think I want to get deep. Like, one of my friends, she was texting me the other day about something that happened with her and her ex, and I just stopped responding back, and she was just kind of like, she called me, blew me up, like, I want to talk about it, and I was like, I don't, I love you, but I don't care. Like, can we talk about something else? Like, how are you? Like, can we talk? I don't mind talking about your ex, but like, can we talk about how it's affecting you, not about him? And or just other things like, I have certain people in my that have been placed in my life recently that I really, really, truly love, and I feel like they're truly genuine people, and they're kind of taken over or from people that aren't good characters. And but I want to be able to grow with them, and I think by that I want to be able to get deep with my friends this year and have those conversations.
I like it. I like it. I can do it. Um, Dang, can I see your card? Because it was something I had to say.
Yeah.
And then I forgot.
My handwriting's horrible. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah. So before I start mine, what I wanted to say was it's okay that you have friends that you feel like you're kind of like swaying away from. Because sometimes people are, well, not sometimes, all the time, people come into our life for reasons, seasons, and yeah, reasons and seasons. And some people who are there for seasons, once that season has ran out, then it's going to be harder to hold on to that friendship, because once you're elevating here and they're going there, you're going to be pulling away from each other. So don't look at it as a bad thing. You can still be friends, but not all friends talk to each other every day. Not all friends see each other every day. You know, you just have to know the reason and the purpose for each friend that you have in your life.
I think that's true. I like that. I like that. Reasons and seasons.
And your thing said, corrupt good people, something.
Yeah, bad company corrupts. Don't be misled. Bad company corrupts good character.
Right. So when I was in high school, I was in ROTC.
I need to see the pictures.
Don't do that. I did ROTC every year except for freshman year, so don't do that. But my sergeant major, every day he would see me and Bridget, we would be together every day, and he would say, "Be careful of the company you keep." Every day he would tell us that. He'd look at us and he'd be like, "All right, you two, be careful of the company you keep." So we always look at him, laugh, say, "Hey, Sergeant Major," and go about our day. So on graduation day, he came up to us. This was right after we graduated. And he was like, "I told you," he looked at my best friend Bridget. He said, "I told you to be careful of the company you keep, didn't I?" She was like, "Yes, sir." He was like, "And you listen, you kept good company."
That was scared. Like, what's he trying to say?
No, so that's something that stuck with me, because he was the very first person that I heard that from. Like, be careful of the company you keep. And we take classes in high school, and we don't realize like some of the stuff that we learn or that's taught to us or said to us, it follows us throughout our life. So every time I meet a new person, I always have that in my head, like, be careful of the company you keep. And like when I see the little red flags, because red flags ain't just in relationships, they in friendships, they in families, they in everything.
Yeah.
So when I see those little red flags, I always think of Sergeant Major in my head, and he always be like, "Be careful of the company you keep." So just be mindful of that. Be careful of the company you keep.
I like that.
Okay, so my friends, I put on here, Proverbs is a good book in the Bible to read about friends, because Proverbs teach you how to be a true friend. It tells you what a true friend is. And as a matter of fact, I left it up on my phone because I did want to read a few of the things that it says. So, a true friend shows love no matter what. A true friend gives heartfelt advice, bringing you bringing you joy to the heart. A true friend rebukes when it's necessary, but correction is done in love. A true friend influences and sharpens one another. A true friend avoid gossip. A true friend forgives and don't hold grudges. A true friend is loyal. A true friend helps in time of need. So, my prayer for this year when it comes to friendships is I want to learn how to be a true friend. I like to say I consider myself a true friend, but sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I hold grudges sometimes. I get upset sometimes, I get angry, and I want to learn how to not get so upset when like someone says or does something that I don't particularly care for. I don't want to hold grudges. I try not to hold grudges. I don't want to say grudges, but it's always in the back of my head, and I don't forget the things that's done. So I wouldn't say that's a grudge, but it kind of makes me alter how I deal with you as well. Um, so I want to learn how to be a true friend. I want to be more compassionate, more understanding, more vocal about things that may bother me. Because if you know me, I only get vocal when I done got fed up. I'll just let stuff bother, just boil up, boil up, boil up, and then once I say something is when I fed up. So I want to learn how to be more vocal before I get to the boiling point. Um, and learn more on forgiving. I'm a forgiving person, but I feel like I can be a lot more forgiving. And overall, I want more equally yoked friends. I feel like people don't understand the importance of being equally yoked. And equally yoked is not just with your spouse, or your boyfriend or whoever, your girlfriend, significant other, whoever. Equally yoked is with everything in your life. Like if my friends aren't equally yoked with me, I don't really need them in my circle because I don't need someone who's gonna bring me down when I'm already struggling. I need people around me that is going to uplift me, help keep me in good spirits. Sometimes I'm not always in the best of spirit. So I need those friends that's going to be like, I know I can call and they can be like, oh, yeah, tell me what I need to hear to get me back up. I don't want to always be the friend that's
strong
uplifting everyone, because if I'm always the one uplifting and doing the encouragement, then who's there for me when I need it? So more equally yoked.
I like that. I'm gonna find a wallpaper that says more equally yoked because that's true. That's really true. And in all aspects of life and certain like that. It's crazy because I was talking to my sister about this, and I have certain friends I go out with, and I kind of got to a point where, yeah, we know Bree will go by herself happily, but I'm at a point where I'd rather just go by myself because I think certain people, they're good friends in the sense of if I need them or and stuff like that, but they have become dependent. I'm like my mom. Like my mom will go out and she will buy everybody at the bar a drink. Don't eat just because that's just on her heart, or she just wants to hey, or you might talk to someone, she be like, hey, you want to drink? That's just her. So when I'm with my friends, I think and it's an upbringing for me, my family. I've told you guys before, we're not very emotional. We're more financial when it comes to certain things. So when I'm out with people, I show my love through hey, let me spend, let me show, let's go here. But I think some people have gotten comfortable with that assumption, and it's kind of it's run its course with me. So now I'm I won't even go out, or it's just I don't need you to do but it's just the offer of hey, you got it last time, let me get this time, or you just got to run the show. So those one of definitely equally yoked is one of the things I'm aiming for too. So I'm gonna add it to my friendship card.
Yes, I was listening to what you were saying, and basically what you were saying was you're saying you're wanting more equally yoked friends. Your bullet points were saying that.
Yeah.
So I just reeled it off.
Yeah, you just put it all up in a pretty bow. I love it. Okay. Your turn.
We got what? about 20
10
more minutes. 10 more
10
minutes.
minutes. Do you want to? We got 4 left. So do you want to cut
We're
it
gonna
two?
do 2. Yep, these 2. We gonna do those 2. Oh dang, that one ain't got no Bible verse on it either.
I don't got one on. I got one on this one, not on this one.
Okay.
Let's
So-
end with this one. Do this one.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna choose. So the next one, it says husband. Y'all can't read mine because it's so small, but it says husband right there. If you like it, then you should put ring on it. So the Bible verse that I chose was Ecclesiastes 4:9-12. And it says, 2 are better than 1 because they are a good reward for their toil. For if they fall, one will lift his fellow. But woe to him who is alone. When he falls, he has no other to lift him up. Again, if 2 lie together, they keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? And though a man might prevail against one who is alone, 2 will withstand him, and therefore cord is not quickly broken. I'm sorry, a 3-fold cord is not quickly broken. And the 3-4 cord is the husband, the wife, and God. That's the 3-4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because you was looking like you didn't know what I was talking about. So yes.
So they'd be like when they be like, who goes first? Like the husband and the wife. It's like God, the husband and the wife.
No, so like 3-4 cord, it says the 3-fold cord is not easily broken. So when you have man, wife, and God all together,
Oh, okay.
it's hard to break that.
Okay.
Than if you just had man alone, woman alone.
Okay. I like that. Okay, I like that. Okay. Yeah, I was a little confused.
So my prayer for this year is that God sends me my husband, but not just anyone, someone who is for me and that is good for my mind, my body, my soul, and my spirit. Someone who is equally yoked with me, a provider, someone who professes their love, and most importantly, someone who will protect me when I cannot protect myself. Someone who has a personal relationship with God and who wants and loves kids. And very heavy on wants and loves kids because we're going to have a whole basketball team.
Starting lineup. Okay.
6 to be exact.
I love that. I love how specific you are with it. Like, you know what you want and you're like going into it. Mm-hmm. So you want your husband this year. Okay.
Possibly. It can happen.
I love it.
I believe in miracles.
I feel like you might be closer than Sonic. Oh, my husband. We're gonna. It's question marks, okay?
Ain't no way.
Question marks, okay? I put question marks. And the reason for it is I'm not gonna ask for something that I'm not ready for.
That is true.
And I can be honest with you, I'm not. I am never gonna ask for a situation that I cannot deal with. I feel like I have been in situations with men that they weren't ready and how it hurt me. So I would never want to be the opposite. For my husband, I know what I want and I can envision a husband, like obviously someone like my daddy in the sense of like a provider, that someone that loves love, someone that's there for you and just the quality of it. But I know right now I could never, I'm not ready to be a wife. In a sense of being fully in love and fully okay and together. And I'm woman enough to admit that.
So that's big because a lot of people won't admit that and they go into marriages knowing that this is not what they want, but because it's all over social media and everybody says, oh, you know, do this, do that. Like people go into it very lightly. And like, because they go into it lightly, it doesn't last long, you know. And I feel real heavy on, you know, marriage and stuff like
this death row.
Right? Like when I say, yeah, like I'm not taking it lightly, so I don't want to. That's why I said when I ask God to send me my husband. I that's why I have to make sure I put what I want
In it,
you know, because if you don't say what you want, if you're not clear with what you want, and you just ask him to sing you something, he will sing you exactly what you asked for, you know?
I like that. And that's true. So I think for me, my prayer isn't for a husband. My prayer is for I think for me, I could flip it into a wife and not like in a wife of sense of I don't want God to make me into a wife because I'm not ready to be, but give me the steps and the tools to eventually become the wife and the person that I know I can be. So that would be my prayer, and slowly getting me into that stage of knowledge. And I think, I always joke around about like the hot girl and this and that, but it's not even about that because I can stop going out. I think right now mentally I want to get into those because I have a lot of immature and insecure things about myself. And so right now my focus is me. So yeah.
And I can say this, you don't necessarily have to pray for a husband, but you can pray that God continues to protect your husband. So when he does bring them to you,
I like that.
He keeps him protected.
I like that because I'm gonna ask my husband, where have you been? Why did it take you 27, 28 years to?
No, you're not gonna answer that because you're not ready for him. Why would you do that?
True, that is true. I wasn't ready. He's gonna be like, he's gonna look at this podcast and be like, "Oh, ma'am, sit down. This is why."
Have several seats. You just said you're not ready. You're not gonna ask him that.
So our last one is heart and spirit. So 1 Corinthians 13:4, I put one of the most stereotypical quotes, Bible verses that everyone knows. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love, it does not envy. It doesn't.
Wait a minute. Why'd you call that stereotypical?
I think that's like one of like John 3:16, 1 Corinthians, not stereotypical, but it's like it's one of those like main things that people know, like have faith over fear, John 3:16, love is patient. Like those are one of the top.
Yeah,
quotes.
because it's a special quote. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily answered. It keeps no record. Oh, anger. Oh, well, I cannot. I was writing fast. This is horrible. It keeps no record of wrongs. And I think for this one, that's what love is, and that's what I aim to be. Like I want to have the patience. I want to have the kindness. I don't want to have the envy. Don't want to boast. I think us as a society, we have gotten so away from this. We want to post everything. We want to make people jealous. We want to, stun on somebody else. And we want to do all these things with people and we call it love. And really, is it love or is it just revenge? Is it get back? Is it just flashy? So for me, my prayer is I want to have a healthy heart. I want to have positive love, a happy core in my spirit to be positive. It's crazy because I didn't tell you, but about a week ago, okay, I'm kind of getting a little, there's some people on here, sorry, but I genuinely don't care. So about a week ago, I had, 2 weeks ago, I spent a night with this guy, me and him friends, like nothing happened. But usually like when I'm like chilling with a guy, if I spend a night with a guy, I don't sleep over. And the reason for it is I don't get good sleep. Like I like do, whatever, and then I go home. Like I just feel like for the past 2 years when I like chill with guys or sleep over, I'm restless. This guy, I spent the night, and when I tell you I had slept like a baby. I slept so good, right? And then last week, one of my little links, I had met up with him and I spent the night and I was so restless. Like I had the worst sleep. And the guy that I had the perfect sleep with, I don't think we're gonna ever be nothing. And he's just a good friend. But it's something in my spirit that's telling me like you've been dealing with this guy for 3+ years, and I think it's just like my spirit isn't. I need to let it go. because it was like this stranger in a sense, which I don't like, but to make it easier, the stranger, like, you slept the best you've ever slept, because this guy has been the only one I've continuously, spent a night with in the past like 2-3 years. And the stranger, you slept peacefully with it. And you haven't been able to have that peace and sleep in a bed with another human being, male, in years. And it was just one of those things where I just kind of felt like I don't like, I'm not saying I need him, but like I think right now my peace and my spirit, like it's some like it's I'm over it, and our spirits aren't connected and our hearts aren't as pure as it used to be. So yeah,
You know what we call those things? Them soul ties, honey, that I was telling you about. You remember back in season 1 when we was talking about them soul
I
ties?
do remember back in season 1, and that was the same guy we were talking about. But yeah, like I'm pretty sure I got some people watching it and be like,
Sip
really?
my tea on this one.
But seriously, like, and I was just on the point where I'm just like, I'm good. And I feel like he felt the energy because I was just like, I feel like my body physically, I was there, but I just wasn't there. And I just was like, I felt like, and it's crazy because it's like, I've been feeling this way for a while, but I don't know, like last week, I was just like, no.
And I think it's because we aren't meant to share everything with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it is. And like, where you lay down at night should be where you have peace at. You can't lay down in everybody's bed.
That's true.
You can't allow everybody to lay in your bed, even if nothing happened. You can't bring all of those different energies into your spirits like that.
That's true.
And expect you not to feel, what's going on.
Yeah, I need to sage. But crazy,
you need to pray.
I do. Yeah, I need to pray. But I will say that this morning when I was driving home, I did pray. Then this morning I did kind of have a conversation. And it's crazy because with him, like I said, it's been like years. And we never went like 2-3 days without talking. And like, I have not been stressed. I haven't been pressed. We haven't talked this like in about a week and a half. And I've been okay. Like, usually it's like, oh my God, that. And I'm just like, okay. And then, but I think it just kind of hit me. Like, I don't know what it was, what changed it. And it's not the new guy, because the new guy, like, honestly, right now, I don't even want to be with no one. But I think it was just knowing, like, this spirit hasn't been right. It hasn't been a spirit for you, and his heart hasn't been with you in a long while. And I think seeing someone that actually, like, I think is a good person, and be at peace, it's like, this is what it feels like to be with someone that, like, and it's not even about like relationships. Even if it was a friend, like, even if we slept in the same bed, just to feel like it's peaceful. Like, this is what, when someone has pure love and pure with you. And so I think it was just like, okay, I'm good. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so you were right. Bree was right, you guys. As always.
Not always, but
most of the time.
I'll be hitting the nail on the head. Like, I told you, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that I told you that person. I told you. I told you, girl, it was gonna catch up with you, but it's okay. Just pray them demons away. You said sage, I say pray. We go 2 different routes, but whatever works for you works for you.
We do half and half. I'm gonna pray and then sage it out.
Our ankle cut off, so this is just us over.
Oh yeah, we got one more get her heart stolen. We'll wrap you guys up.
Okay, so I don't have a Bible verse, as you guys can see. I didn't put one back here, but love is patient and love is kind, and I love her. So yes. Mine's it says, my prayer for this year is that my spirit does not change. Not to toot my own horn, but I feel like I have such a gentle spirit. I have the ability to adapt to whatever situation I'm in. Sometimes, I get a little frustrated with certain things, but who I am don't change, and how I handle situations don't change. So, I don't want my spirit to change. I do pray that I learn to guard my heart a lot more, so that it is not accessible to just any and everyone. And then I am not stuck picking up the pieces and having to rebuild it over and over again.
I like that. I like that last part. That one right there. That one stuck right there. Building over and over. Oh, guys, this was a good prayer board. We came, we saw, and we are in the process of conquering. And Rome wasn't built over in a night, but I think this is really good for each other. And I think us talking about this, we have I don't know what we look it up. We have responsibility, and we can be dependent on each other and be like, hey, Bree, you said you was doing this. How you been doing with it? And hey, Z, you said you was doing this. So we take accountability for it, and I'm so grateful. And we have a special request for Spice Lady Proverbs 4:23. And Bree is getting it up, and we will talk about that and kind of just go into season 2 and what to kind of look at.
Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. I love that.
I like that one.
I love that.
Screenshot that one too. I think that's really, really good. I love it. And I think it's so great. And, at the end of the day, that's what makes us humans. We are, she said, that's for Bree. That's for you, sister.
Thank you, TT.
We are forever growing, and we're forever adjusting. And, these goals we're going to accomplish sooner than other. And we're going to just keep adding on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy to be back. So I guess we can kind of go on a little bit before we let you guys go about season 2 and what to expect and everything like that. We are back. I know, like Bree said earlier, it took us a while, but we're back.
And I do want to mention this. I appreciate y'all for sticking with us, because I know we've been real inconsistent these last 2 weeks, but it's just been a lot going on, with between work and more work. It's just hard. My schedule isn't what it was in season 1. So it's really, we keep changing because it's all based off of my schedule. And Z is such a chameleon. She adapts to whatever I need her to adapt to. And I don't have a set schedule right now because I took a higher position. And so because I took a higher position, I have to adapt to the schedule that is given to me. So I can say this, though. We will be weekly. I just can't say if it'll be on a Sunday or a Friday or a Thursday. So if you guys could just adapt with us too, we would really appreciate it. And I'm going to try to get a more set schedule with my full-time job, y'all. I got a praise report because my full-time job, I just got notice today that starting next week, I'm going to be 8 to 5.
Yeah.
Monday through Friday.
Okay.
So,
period.
This is what you've been waiting for.
You ready for this? I love it.
Pray for times like this.
Literally.
I haven't had a Monday through Friday in forever. So I'm so excited about that. So that does help out a lot, because with me getting off at 5 does help us to be here on time at 7, right?
Yes.
That's what we was doing last season.
Yeah, we were doing 7,
right? Yeah.
Last season. And we kind of, in which, we're here for each other, we support each other. And our biggest thing was, we do this for you guys. And we thought about doing pre-recording, but I love the authenticity. Yeah, I'm missing another.
It's okay. We know what you're talking about.
I love the, y'all talking to us, feedback and all of that. And we don't want to get away from that. I think that was the biggest thing about us and deciding not to pre-record. It might be a week where we're just we have to, but we don't want to make a habit of it, because we want you guys to see it pure and right here and in front of you guys. And we wouldn't be where we're at with you. So we'll definitely be back. We're going to try to be, as like she said, more consistent, but just kind of swing with us. We want to work around your schedule. We're not going to do anything too crazy. We ain't going to say Saturday at 10 o'clock when you're about to go out.
Oh, we would never be on Sunday.
Yeah.
We would never be on
Sunday during church or anything like that. So we're going to be at that. But we will be back weekly, and I'm just excited. I didn't know about the schedule, so they're just I'm excited about this.
I learned that today, right before work ended. I got the little email saying, "Congratulations, you've been selected." And I was like, "Oh yes, that means I get to go home on the weekends." Okay, I'm excited. But yeah,
so yeah, we love you guys.
I think we should end with a prayer.
Oh, definitely.
Prayer video.
Yeah.
I think we should end with a prayer. So I just want to do a quick prayer with us to end our podcast for today. Thank everybody who has joined us and taking your time out to view us. This is season 2, episode 1, and we have plenty more stuff for y'all to come. So Lord, I thank you for allowing us to be able to come together today. I thank you for my co-host Z and her gentle spirit. Lord, I pray that you continue to guide her into everything that she is praying and believing for this year, Lord. Continue to touch her heart so that she know that you are Lord of Lords and King of Kings, and that she can come to you whether the times are hard, good, great, whatever, and that whenever she needs a friend, that friend that she is seeking, that she can find in you, Lord Jesus. I ask that you continue to bless our listeners and that you continue to watch over them, and that anything that they are praying for and standing and believing for today, Lord, that it is so in your name. And Lord, I just thank you for life and thank you for all that you have done and you are continuing to do into our lives. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you guys. We love you guys so much. And we will see y'all next week.
We'll let y'all know what day it's gonna be.